Hola, bonjour, sat shri akal, konnichiwa, hello in every other language. My name is Kamel Rule. Welcome to the Golden Rule. There's somebody mowing the lawn outside. I think you can hear it if you focus in on it. Like, just listen. That's letting you know this is the realest podcast in the streets. In the East Streets. If you want me in a studio, we accept sponsors. But I think it's great to be recording like this because you get to hear the realness of real life. Like I said, I'm not in a studio. I might be in a rented apartment. You don't even know where I am. And that's why the truth is really important because I could tell you anything. Before we get into today's episode, I wanted to start with a prayer that I wrote. I wrote this when I went on my first European trip ever in my life. My first European trip, this was in like 2012, 13. I went to Paris, Monaco, and Switzerland, fireplaces. And I wrote a prayer for a video that I created on that trip. And the prayer goes like this. Thank you, Lord, for everything you've given me. All of my logic and all of my ability. Not anything material, because to me, that would be silly in itself. With good health, I can truthfully say you've given me the ability to continuously give to myself. Amen. Dissect that as you may. We may come back to it one day. That wasn't meant to rhyme, but what else can I say? Drop the beat. Dun, 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 dun. All right, anyways. You have reached episode 10 of the Golden Rule. Thank you so much for making it this far. You are 10 toes down with Meezy. What is this episode called? Are there objective wrongs? I believe so. But the way the world works today, I can't objectively say that they are objective wrongs. You know, we need everybody to hone in and agree that these things are objectively wrong, that I'm going to propose. These things that I propose that are objectively wrong, I wasn't taught, when I was born that, hey, these things are objectively wrong, Kamel, never do them. I kind of had to figure it out on my own. As we learn through experience, we see on TV, oh shit, O.J. Simpson got arrested for murder. And it's like, oh shit, well, I guess murder is wrong. And then 2 weeks later, it's like, oh shit, O.J. Simpson, is not guilty of these charges. And it's like, oh shit, he didn't do it. And then people are like, yeah, he did. And then people are like, well, no, he's not guilty of the charge. He didn't do it. Hey, that's neither here nor there. This is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about if OJ did it or not. I wasn't there. I don't know. For real, I wasn't there. I don't know. I can't tell you. Truthfully, I didn't see what he did or didn't do. What I'm saying is, he was charged with murder. So there's obviously something there. I've never been charged with murder. Why? Because I've never been connected to a situation, where a murder took place and somebody was like, oh shit, I think that nigga Kamel did it, bro. And they were like, why do you think that? And they're like, oh, well, I saw him, at this area at 10:39 at nighttime, 5 minutes before the murder took place, that didn't happen. So there's no reason to come to me and be like, hey, Kamel, I think you did this, But anyways, we'll get deeper into what I'm talking about. But first, I wanted to start with some things. We started with our natural intro. Shout out to the sponsors. We had coffee this morning. I had 4 scrambled eggs. I'm about to make 2 pieces of chicken. I have a soccer game tonight at 8:30. Holler at your boy. We play defense and holding midfield, which means I'm all over the field. In the field like David Beckham. Sorry, I just wanted to drop that rap line because I've heard it so much. And I just watched the David Beckham documentary, which is super fire. If you like soccer, if you like Posh Spice, or if you like David Beckham, or a mixture of all three. There's also a Messi documentary out, and the two are connected. I suggest watching those. We also shout out the sponsor of My Free Will. It is my choice to do this. Also, I have the choice to scrap all these episodes that I've recorded and not put them out. But I'm going to release these when the time comes. Shout out to the tech. Like we said, the mic, the interface, the computer, where I'm recording from. Shout out to you, the listener. Thank you so much for being here for 10 episodes. Hopefully you have the rundown of the previous 9 episodes, so I don't have to go through, the titles of those again. But I will, just to buy us extra time together. I don't want to think or say that I've ever been rushing these episodes, but like I said, they're not an hour long. I feel like I get to points. You're not going to sit and watch me sit in front of a microphone in this season and talk, for 2 or 3 hours. Not saying that's bad, like I said before, but your time is precious, just like my time is precious. So let's both treat each other's time like it's very precious, Yeah. So those sponsors, shout out to those. We got through our random thoughts. Remember last episode, I did a segment called Quotes Elaborated. I want to do that again. And I wrote something about that because there's a quote that I read all of the time. And I'm like, yeah, but then sometimes I'm like, no. And it'd be like that. Sometimes it's like, yeah, but sometimes it's like, no. So, you know how they say actions speak louder than words? I believe in that. It's like actions speak louder than words. Sometimes you don't even have to say anything, and your actions will be speaking. But there is one example where we have to dispute this quote. Sorry, we don't have to. I have to. You don't have to do anything unless you want to. But I'm going to dispute this quote, an experience that I experience often. I'll go to my parents' house, right? We'll be chilling. My dad's chilling. My mom's chilling. My sister's chilling. My nephew's chilling. We're all at my parents' house. My mom just put her foot in a meal. Not literally, but figuratively. When I was little, I used to think like, oh shit, mom really put her foot like in the bucket. I mean, maybe she did. That would be cool. Whatever. It still tastes good. But anyways, my mom put her foot in that shit, right? Right? She's throwing down in the kitchen. And then she presents us the food. Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm not going to say no to what you're offering me. I might tell you, I don't really like these things, but I'm going to eat it. Why? Because my mom put vegetables on the plate. So to be respectful, I'm going to eat those vegetables. So remember, we're circling back to action speaking louder than words. So my mom puts this plate on the table. Hella good oxtails, hella good, green beans. Could be some macaroni and cheese. My sister makes amazing lobster mac and cheese. Hella good shit. So much shit that I can't even name it all because I forget, but then I remember. But then I mostly forget because I'm just there to eat and fill my stomach and say thank you. God bless. So my mom puts this plate in front of me and I am chowing back down. I'm eating. I'm eating. If you look at me and you never knew me before and I never said anything, you would be like, damn, he's really enjoying that meal. Look at him go to town on it. Action speaking louder than words. But what happens every time? I don't know if this is, just a words of admiration thing. But my mom always asked me, K-Mel, do you like it? And me being the literal person I am, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you see me loving it right now, right? But I'm not going to say that, because we all want to know. I know I look beautiful, but sometimes I want to hear it from the girl I want to be with. It doesn't have to be from everybody, but you know what I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying my actions don't always speak louder than words. I could be eating the whole bucket. My mom will still go, K-Mel, do you like it? And I'm like, yes, I love it, Mom. And that's to say, your friends, your mate, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, they still want to hear it from your mouth, even though, you bring them flowers every day. Even if you wrote them a love letter, shout out to me, because I still write love letters when the situation permits. I don't write love letters to everybody. But if I really love you, I will write you a love letter. For real, for real. But what I'm saying is, even if a love letter is there, they still may be like, I want to hear it. I want to hear your voice say, baby, I love you. I want to hear your voice say, baby, you look great. I want to hear your voice say, baby, this food was amazing. Hey, just random foods for thoughts. Another random thought, you don't have to post your significant other online, but you can if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Take that as you will. There may be a conversation around that quote, but once again, you don't have to post your significant other online, but you can if you want to. Again, take that as you will. That was quotes elaborated in random thoughts. We will be back to that. So, are there objective wrongs? Our subject today. First, we're going to start off with my nigga Webster and my people at Oxford. Objective, by definition, not influenced by personal feelings or opinions in considering and representing facts. All right, pretty straightforward. And I'm also going to add in a quote that I read the other day. Shout out to Twitter. I don't even know who made up this quote. I could say I did it, because it's Twitter and you might believe me. But I did not make up this quote. I like to give credit when credit is due. Wrong is wrong, even if everyone's doing it. Right is right, even if no one's doing it. I believe in that. Okay. So, we already talked about the golden rule, what it was, what it is, and we know we're wavering in between treating people. Remember, I'm not telling you how to treat people. I'm not telling you you should treat people this way. I'm not saying you should treat people the way I treat people. What I am saying deeply is there is a conflict every day about how people are treated, about how niggas is treated in Trader Joe's. At this football game that I'm watching, he just got carried out by security and he thought it was maybe unjust. Life is like a highway. How people are merging in and out of lanes. Who's the correct driver? This, that. Situations every day. We definitely see it online. About the treatment between people and how this influences things going forward. We are at war right now, not we. But yes, we as humans. Not all of us humans, but some humans. Shout out to the health and safety of everybody. That may let you know when this was recorded. But the craziest shit is we could also be in war by the time you hear this. So you didn't even know when I recorded this. And that's why I love speaking, because I feel like this all stands the test of time. Like my music, unshameless plug. Search it up on Google, K-Mel Rule. So, this all connects. I'm going to run down this list, and then I'm going to go into what I believe are our objective wrongs. We started with love, the evolution of hobbies, the relationship umbrella, romantic relationships, sex. I'm going to say that again because people just love to hear the word, especially hearing it in my voice. It's like an extra ump. Are you ready? Sex. Hold on. I'm going to say it one more. Hold on. This is the last time. Sex. All right, that's it. This is one we don't want to emphasize. Infidelity and honesty. Yes, we're going to emphasize honesty, but infidelity, ew. Damn, what was this next title? The Marathon of Life, which you're on right now. And here we are with Are There Objective Wrongs? Oh, sorry, we skipped over the mind. But you're listening to this in your mind right now. You could be listening to this with your mind voice. So the mind is always there. Shout out to that. The mind, the original voice recorder, the original video recorder, the original AI, the original blueprint for every machine that man creates. The mind starts there. So what do I believe are objective wrongs? I'm going to let you know how I feel. Murder that doesn't involve self-defense. All right. Rape. Assault that doesn't involve self-defense. Theft. Damn, you can hear the breathing in my voice. Theft. And lies. I could go deeper, but that was me just brainstorming. These are what I believe are objective wrongs. And with those objective wrongs, just like the relationship umbrella or tree branches, that grow in our everyday life, I feel like those latch on to other things, right? They latch on to things that connect with them. So murder that doesn't involve self-defense, all right? Somebody runs up to me, tries to steal my clothes, or tries to steal my child. I don't know. They're using brutal force, right? And they come up to me, try to do this. Justifiably, I can murder this person because I'm trying to protect myself. Or thinking about it, say, I have a gun certificate and I can carry. I could shoot this person in the leg to protect myself. These are things we can think about. It's tough to think about that in the moment, just as I did it, because I'm not sitting there. I'm sitting here not in that situation. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, that's like a snap reaction. What should I do? If somebody probably tried to take my child out and I had a gun, I'd probably shoot them. But that's just me, thinking off the top of my head. So we would think, that's not an objective wrong because I'm protecting myself. So on the flip side, I said murder that doesn't involve self-defense. And it takes somebody trying to assault me or trying to kill me to, push my self-defense button to be like, oh shit, I gotta stop this person. Which connects to what? Maybe theft, maybe lies, maybe somebody has been lying their whole life about where they are and they're trying to get it right to prove to their woman that they really have $50,000 because they've been lying to her the whole time in the relationship. And they see me walking down the street and they're like, I'm going to come up on this lick to prove to my woman that I really do have $50,000 because I've been lying to her about this money and I need to keep her in my life. And then they come up to me and try to steal my money because they may know I have 2 Bitcoins on me. That's murder that doesn't involve self-defense, right? Him coming up to me, that's an objectively wrong thing. Again, like I said, these things are not taught. when I was young. My parents never sat me down and said, K-Mel, you should never murder people unless it involves self-defense. And, this was shit just learned through life. K-Mel, you should never rape a woman. It's something I just learned. K-Mel, you should never assault anybody for no reason unless it involves self-defense. Something I just learned. I was never in the situation where I had to steal something. I've thought about it before. But how some people are like, hey, I'm from, this is how things were brought up, or this is how I was brought up, so I had to do this to get away from where I was at. And it's like, yeah, maybe. I can't speak for everybody. Maybe you feel you had to do some wrong to get away from where you were at. I don't know. And then lies. Do you believe there are objective wrongs from me just explaining these things? Do you believe these things should be taught at a young age, or should we just have to figure them out? Because I understand that parents can find it shaky to present certain information to your children. Like Santa Claus. You don't want to tell your kid that Santa Claus doesn't actually exist, because you want them to be happy. Like I said, you don't want them to go to school and be like, Santa Claus ain't real, bruh. Because then the teacher might get mad at you, or all the other kids might be mad at them. You might not want to bring up those touchy subjects about, hey, these are things for real you shouldn't do. Do you ever think that if every parent brought that up to their kids, then, more kids would never think to do these things? Granted, they may be in a situation where they're like, hey, I need to do this. Just a thought. If you're here to justify crime, I'm all ears. Please let me know how and why. Because like I said, this is a safe space. It's really not that safe if you're trying to justify crime. But what I'm saying is it's safe, like, for me to listen to you. I probably won't hang out with you as life goes forward, but it is what it is. You may have a burner account with your justification of crimes, which is okay, because you don't want to justify crime on the internet under your government name. That would be terrible. But yeah, do you think, like I said, do you think it's a touchy subject to talk to your kids about these things? Maybe at a certain age, maybe when they become adults. And like I said, maybe like me, they learn these things through experience and just things that they watch. Hopefully they're exposed to the quote unquote correct things, because somebody could come up to me and say, K-Mel, there are no objectively correct, things to show your child or ways to teach them. And I'm like, they are correct to me. May be correct to you, may be wrong to some others. But yeah, there's always that gray area of justification. Justification in the situation of, when it's okay to do these things. I think it's best to say nothing rather than to lie. Like in a situation where the cops are questioning me about a friend of mine, and the main idea is don't snitch. But when I say it's best to say nothing rather than to lie, is I don't have to snitch or lie, because me saying nothing is telling the truth. When I say, sorry, sir, there's nothing I can tell you. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hopefully that is true. When it comes to me talking about my friends or family, because association is very important. And I just thought of something. You could be thinking, damn, Kamel, you are living in a fictitious reality where no crime happens, nobody does wrong. Everybody's quote unquote morally perfect, and no wrong things happen. No murder happens. No rape happens. No lying happens. No killing happens. No, on the contrary, my friend, on the ultimate contrary, I'm aware that all of that happens daily. It's happening right now as we listen to this. Shit just happened right. Hold on, wait. It just happened again. Oh my God. Wait. Hold up. It just happened again. So I'm aware that all of this happens. And the next, comment could be, that it's a far-fetched thought to think that any of this could ever stop. I don't think so. I really don't. I think, we can live in a world where objective wrongs don't get committed. These actions don't happen. I feel like it connects with everything that we've been talking about in the past 9 episodes. In the way you see those things. Because, it all begins in the mind. The original voice recorder and video recorder. And then the actions that we see. Again, like I said before, I'm not going to speak on how to parent your children. But when your children see you do something, they will do it too. Maybe not right at that time when they're 5 years old, but they probably will do it later. That's also one of the things about seeing actions. They're teaching points. Because a lot of people see things and then they do them, right? Because they're like, I want to see what that feels like. Or I've seen so-and-so do this and, it ended up well. Let me try it. Or, I'm just going through some shit and life is hard, so let me try this shit out. But a lot of times, I know people. I've been this person. I still am this person. People see things and it's a teaching method to be like, nah, I don't want to do that. When I first started listening to trap music, that was one of my big takeaways. I'm like, damn. Gucci Man said, bruh, don't hide the bricks where you sleep. Right? And I was like, all right, don't hide the bricks where I sleep. Teaching moment. But then I was also like, that's a lot of work. Gucci Man seems to be under an immense amount of stress, ducking the peoples and ducking the ops and hella shit. So how about we just don't have bricks at all? You know what I'm saying? Like, Kamel, do you actually need bricks? You're in school. You can pursue a career. You don't have to put yourself in the line of fire. It's going to take some discipline, and it seems boring as to, quote unquote, real life compared to, life on TV and all these music videos. But, you're learning from this man, and all these stories, he's telling you that this nigga almost died 50,000 times, by having bricks on him and selling drugs, and being around a lot of people that have guns. And from what he said, commit murder, the goons. I'm not making fun of this. It may sound like that with my voice, like I'm, being sarcastic, but I'm actually not being sarcastic. I'm being honest about the situation. Yeah. I laugh at it because it sounds low-key funny, but it's like, if you look at it that way, that can keep you out of a lot of shit. People might think you're making fun of their lifestyle, though, if you speak like this, but I'm really not. This is really how I talk to myself. And if you're a young person listening to this, do whatever you want, like I always say. But if you know the route you're trying to take may involve prison time and or murder, do I have to tell you to rethink that? I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe a lot of people do, because we are still in these same situations that we've been in for years. Maybe I might be the person to change 50,000 young kids' lives, or, a few people that are older than me that may trust in my thought process, or we may, share the same mindset. But there's 8 billion people in the world, and it is growing. So I hope you know that I never claim to know what to do to change the world. I don't. I do think in extremes. Like, damn, there would be no gun violence if there were no guns. It's like, yeah. It's a very simple way to say it. Very drastic. And then somebody comes to me and it's like, well, I need guns for protection from people with guns. And it's like, yep, I literally just said that. You need protection from people with guns with a gun. But if there were no guns, you wouldn't need a gun to protect yourself from people with no guns. And then it's like, what about knives? And it's like, all right, yeah, that's a different subject. We can move on to that protection later. But with gun violence, being one of the lead causes of deaths around the world, maybe that's the first thing we should work on. I don't know. I'm not a politician. But you maybe can vote for Measy in like 2050. That would be fire. Again, I said this in an earlier episode. That is not the fire detector. I do have batteries in my fire detector. That is the coffee machine. So funny. But remember, the gray area is your subjective feelings and beliefs between the black and white. I had made a tweet about this quote, and I actually want to find it. It sounds just like that. Oh, my phone is dead. Whatever. We're just going to have to rock with it. It's the same quote, because that is true. The gray area is your subjective feelings and beliefs between the black and white. There's the black, there's the white, and there's the gray area, the justification of your wrongs or the wrongs of others. But yeah, that's mostly, if not always, your subjectives and feelings between the black and white. We know what the black and white is. And I feel like to create a better world, we have to hone in on that black and white from a very young age. If your kids are learning about sex at a very young age and the promiscuity, whatever. The overly promiscuous world that we live in, then, is it so bad that they learn about other things too that can lead them to help change the world? I don't know. I think so. We all raise our kids differently. I can wait to have mine. Some people, I can't wait to have kids. I would love to have kids. I can wait, because I have a lot to work on in my life first. But when I do have them, I will raise them the quote unquote correct way. Take that as you will. thank you for listening to this. If you have any comments, hit me up. If you have any ideas about anything that I said, hit me up. Leave it in the comments on YouTube. Send me mail. Questions for Kamel. Like I said, episode 12. Really all curated by you, because you have questions that I will read, questions and or comments that I will read, and leave you anonymous or not anonymous. Say your name, say your hashtags, say your @ all that good stuff. And that will be episode 12. Questions for Kamel at gmail.com. Once again, questions for Kamel at gmail.com. It is the weekend. And I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you stay out of trouble, even though some people love trouble. And it's kind of what turns them on. If you're one of those people, cool for you. I hope you stay safe, though, in those worlds. Thank you so much for listening. Episode 11 will be out in a month's time. What is the quote-unquote right thing to do? I'll leave you with that. I read a book that I grabbed from my mom's bookshelf. It was called How Are We to Live? It was about like ethics and things like that. But yes, coming soon. What is the quote-unquote right thing to do? How are we to treat each other? Is there a blueprint? Circling all the way back to the golden rule. Is there a way? I think we're doing okay right now. I was going to say, I think we're doing great. I don't know, though. A lot of shit going on. May the gods bless you, whatever gods you do or don't believe in. Like I said, I hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay prosperous. All right, peace.